one with bypass. For the toppings, I've seen 2 different variants so far. The first one is just 6 raspberries for the maximum amount of burst damage with a 2-second start. This causes Hollyberry to attack first. The second variant is mixing chocolates and raspberries so that he has a 1-second start. This causes him to go first instead of Hollyberry. Right now, it's unclear which one is better, so first I'll use 6 raspberries with a 2-second start. My other cookies toppings are pretty generic. They're the ones used from the previous season. Our first opponent is using the really annoying PV team from last season. It doesn't have Silent Salt, so let's see how badly I clap him up. Okay, so our next opponent's using the same exact team as me. They have a 2-second start Silent Salt. Let's see what a mirror match looks like. Alright, time to test out the 1-second start build. I have 2 chocolate, 4 raspberry, which is the bare minimum. Our next opponent is using your average arena team without Silent Salt. Let's see if a 1-second start still works. Okay, time for a huge test. I set my defense to the 2-second start version. Well, I'm gonna attack myself with a 1-second start. Let's see if one team crushes the other, or if it's more evenly matched and it's a close battle. It looks like my 2-second start Silent Salt beat my 1-second start. That info may be useful in the future. So here's a random Silent Salt one-shot comp one of my friends gave me. You probably shouldn't use it cause like I'm pretty sure it dies to 1-second start Silent Salts. So this battle's just more like me messing around and stuff. So we might as well use it against this opponent. They're using your average Silent Salt team and let's just fight them for fun. So overall, Silent Salt is extremely meta, as expected. Now here's a bit of context. Back when Mystic Flower was released inside the arena, it was completely horrible and like you couldn't do anything about it. But for Silent Salt, I'm sure there's room for a counterplay and stuff. So if you don't have him, you'll probably be fine for a while, I think. And you can hire him in Beast Yeast, so that's pretty good. Once again, thank you Dev Sisters for sponsoring this video. If you don't have Cookie Run Kingdom installed, go to this video's description and click the link near the top. It'll take you to a place where you can install this game, and you can subscribe if you want. That's all for now. Dark Enchantress is here now, and today we're gonna be testing her out. I'll be breaking down her best builds, biscuits, and how she performs in battle. Dev Sisters thinks I'm capable of showing you guys how to use her well, cause this video is sponsored by Dev Sisters. That means this video is gonna be extra special. So I speedran the 5th anniversary update and I got her to 1 star as a free-to-play player. Wait, what? I got her to 1 star for free? You might think that Dev Sisters gave her to me for free for this video, but I actually got her from the gacha normally. I was able to do around 100 pulls in the first 24 hours of the update, and then I got another one. Okay, so what is the best way to build Dark Enchantress? Well, there's tons of different toppings and biscuit combinations, and her skill description makes it a bit more complicated. The more cooldown she has on her toppings, the more attack percent she gains. The more attack she has on her toppings, the more cooldown she gains. There is a cap on this though, so it's not infinite. This implies that she either wants raspberry, chocolate, or a mix of the two. So Dark Enchantress is meant to be a damage dealer, like White Lily. Out of all cookies, I'd say her damage is one of the highest. She also crowd controls enemies, gains tons of buffs, and applies tons of debuffs. For her biscuit, there's 3 different possibilities. 4 lines of damage resist bypass, 4 lines of chaos elemental damage, and 4 lines of cooldown. Let's find out what combination of toppings and biscuits give her the highest DPS by fighting the project director in the hidden master mode stage. We're gonna skip the damage resist bypass biscuit since it's usually useless outside the arena. For the first test, I'm gonna use a chaos biscuit with 6 raspberry. Let's also see what her skill looks like. Her skill's kinda similar to White Lily's, but it lasts a really long time. So Dark Enchantress ended up doing 530 million damage with that setup. Next, a Chaos Biscuit with 6 chocolate. Since she converts cooldown into attack, this sounds pretty good, but she only hit 400 million, which is noticeably worse. Let's try a 3 raspberry, 3 chocolate split. You can also replace some chocolates with raspberries, like having 2 chocolates, 4 raspberries, or 1 chocolate, 5 raspberries, but going past 3 chocolates is probably not good. This setup did 510 million damage, almost the same as a full raspberry. I'd say the 3-3 split is better, cause Dark Enchantress uses her skill more often for consistency and crowd control while still maintaining around the same DPS. Now let's see what happens when we use a cooldown biscuit. After trying different topping combinations, it wasn't good. None of them could reach 500 million damage, so I think a chaos biscuit is better. However, if you want more crowd control and stuns, a cooldown biscuit works better since she attacks more, but realistically, you're probably not gonna need a user like that. Episode 13 BCs got released, so let's try using Dark Enchantress in it. I'm gonna do 13-1 challenge mode, 30 out of 60 points. Not completely unfair, but still difficult. Here's the team I'm gonna use. Dark Enchantress, Rebel to boost her chaos damage, Eternal Sugar to boost her attack even more, White Lily since she's also OP, and Cream Furret as a damage buffing healer. We're using the raspberry chocolate split, along with the chaos biscuit. Here's everyone else's builds, they're pretty generic. This team looks squishy, but will it actually die? Welp, she's OP. She ripped through everything like it was no big deal. So let's head over to the arena now. She's definitely meta, but how should she be used? Well, the most standard, generic arena team right now is this: Millennial Tree, Silent Salt, Dark Enchantress, White Lily, and Marshmallow Bunny. There's another team like this with Shadow Milk in it. That's for later though. I feel like this is gonna be a meta based on treasures, so there's gonna be a lot of treasure variety. For now, I'm using the most generic set, the Whistle, Watch, and Box. The two new treasures have lots of potential, and the Feather, Vial, and Tube are also good. For Dark Enchantress's build, I had the most success with the Damage Resist Bypass biscuit. For her toppings, a Raspberry and Chocolate mix set works the best for me. You can add more raspberries, but I'd say don't add any more chocolates. For the rest of the team, Millennial Tree has 6 peanuts and an HP biscuit for the maximum amount of healing. Silent Salt and White Lily have 6 raspberry and Damage Resist Bypass to nuke the opponent. Bunny has some candy and apple toppings and a cooldown biscuit. First, we're gonna fight a team that doesn't have Dark Enchantress in it, an old standard team from the previous arena season. If you don't have Dark Enchantress, you shouldn't play this game mode. Next, we're gonna fight a Dark Enchantress comp who has Eternal Sugar instead of White Lily. This player was begging me to be in the video, so here they are. Let's go beat up this person on my friends list. Our next opponent's using a very good Dark Enchantress team. They have the same cookies as me. They're using different treasures, but no one knows what the best treasure combinations are yet, so just run whatever you like the most. Alright, it's time for something I wasn't planning on showing, but I might as well. Shadow Milk returns to the arena meta. I'll make a whole entire separate video on this or something, but here it is, replacing White Lily with Shadow Milk. So White Lily's extremely squishy and dies really fast, but Shadow Milk is much tankier. Both Dark Enchantress and Shadow Milk do some single target damage, so they actually pair really well together. Our next opponent's using the standard White Lily team, and we're gonna try trolling them with Shadow Milk, someone who should definitely not be meta anymore, but somehow he's back. So Shadow Milk can be used, but what about Hollyberry? Well, our next opponent's using her, but it might not work out well, so let's see what happens. Let's go back to using Shadow Milk, it'll work, trust. Our opponent's using your typical White Lily standard team.